Hello, and thank you for being here today. I'm Tim Conrad with the Peace River Regional District, and I'm the Information Officer. I want to begin by acknowledging that we are gathered on the traditional and ancestral territories of the Treaty 8 nations and the Métis communities who have lived on this land for generations. We recognize their deep connection to this land, especially in times of crisis like these. We are here to provide an update for the Peace River Regional District active wildfire, particularly in the lower Peace region, and I am going to take you through that. Carly is going to give us the first update from BC Wildfire Service, and I'll be handing over to her first, and then over to Mike Watkins, our EOC Director here at the Peace River Regional District. So Carly, over to you with the BC Wildfire Service update.
Hi Tim, thanks. From the BC Wildfire Service perspective, the past couple of days have been quite challenging. However, we were expecting a significant increase in wind yesterday evening that did not materialize. So we had a cold front expected to pass through the area between around 5 p.m. So that did occur. However, the increase in wind that we were expecting to accompany that weather system did not materialize. Instead, it brought a lot of smoke from fires burning north of Dawson Creek, and that helped to dampen and moderate fire weather conditions. So within the absence of the wind, lower winds overnight, higher humidity, and cooler temperatures associated with the smoke, we saw limited growth and limited fire behavior over the overnight period. Throughout today, as long as it stays smoky, fire behavior will continue to be low to moderate as the smoke helps to bring temperatures down, increases humidity, provides a bit of insulation from direct sunlight. So all three factors combined help to reduce fire behavior. If the wind does clear, we will likely to see an increase in fire activity throughout the day today, as we do have moderate winds forecast. But again, other factors do contribute to fire behavior. So potential for increased fire activity this afternoon, nothing like what we were expecting yesterday or that occurred on Thursday. Going forward, tomorrow we are in for more challenging conditions as there is a second cold front that is forecast and expected to pass through the area late afternoon, maybe early evening, could bring strong, gusty, erratic winds and a potential wind shift that will cause additional fire growth and certainly potential for extreme fire behavior given the ongoing drought conditions, and that temperatures will also peak tomorrow. So we're expecting significantly higher temperatures than we've had to date since this incident started. All those factors combined certainly could create quite a volatile situation tomorrow. But once we get through that next wind event, Monday will continue to be quite windy and warmer than we've also seen in the past couple of days. So tomorrow is going to be a big challenging day. Monday conditions will ease a little bit, but we still have the indices and the weather pattern to create additional challenges for our crews. I will share my screen to provide a bit more detail as to where crews are working. So here's the latest perimeter map. It is currently estimated at 13,061 hectares. This perimeter is from this morning. As you can see, up in the Killy Lake area specifically, this fire kind of flanked to the north and around the south. Crews have been working since the fire started, but especially since Friday when we saw this big push towards the northeast. The fire took about a 8 to 9 kilometer run. That was on Thursday. And that's when we saw it kind of move adjacent to the community north of Gautier Lake and also Kelly Lake here. So crews have been working to establish a containment line adjacent to properties and have been working to kind of ward off the fire and prevent it from spreading into the community. Thus far, that has been successful. They are hoping to do some ignition operations to remove available fuel from the fire perimeter and that guard today to reduce the likelihood of further spread into the community if we get the northwesterly winds that are forecast for tomorrow. Crews remain on site, both wildland firefighters, heavy equipment, and then also a contingent of structure protection personnel that are working in Kelly Lake to extinguish hotspots as they do pop up when the wind picks up and casts embers into the community, but have been, again, successful in managing any spot fires as they do occur. Elsewhere on the fire, with the westerly wind, so going to continue to see potential growth towards the Alberta border. It has crossed in one area, but as we get the westerly winds, the southwesterly or northwesterly component, there's the potential for the fire to grow further to the east, both on the south flank and in the north. Crews are actively working in the south to contain this fire or establish more containment lines, both heavy equipment and doing direct attack, especially today as conditions are more moderate, allowing crews to go direct on the south. What we want to avoid is further or for this fire to take a significant run to the southwest if we do get strong northwesterlies tomorrow. So work ongoing in that area, and the other major priority for us is securing the north flank. So crews are working today. If site and weather conditions permit this afternoon, they will be undertaking some ignition operations to the east of the Kiskatinaw River, working all the way east towards the section of the fire northwest of Kelly Lake to do some ignitions to remove especially the pockets of spruce, which is the most volatile fuel type in the area, and fire moves quite rapidly and readily through the spruce especially. It tends to slow down when there's more deciduous, but certainly with these pockets of denser fuels, that ignition operation is critical for securing or increasing our containment or the security of those containment lawns along the north of the fire. Today, with the smoke in the area, is really impairing our ability to use aircraft. So to date, we've had a contingency of 12 helicopters working actively on this fire throughout the day, bucketing in priority areas. And in the past 2 evenings, we've had 2 helicopters equipped with night vision technology that have been bucketing in the Kelly Lake area as well. Hopefully today, if we get some smoke clearing, they will be able to work across the fire, but currently they're working primarily all on the south flank where the visibility allows them to fly safely. And then in terms of resource numbers, we have 145 wildland firefighters working on this incident, 61 structure protection personnel, and we are working in unified command with the County of Grand Prairie and Alberta Wildfire, who are also supplying resources. We're working together collectively on operational decision making to achieve our collective goals of minimizing impact to structures and protecting human life. Maybe I'll leave it there and turn it back over to you, Tim.
All right. Thank you, Carly. Active situation there. And thank you very much for the updates. Really want to impress upon people that the situation is going to be evolving tomorrow quite substantially. So it is going to be a much more dangerous situation. Now over to the Peace River Regional District's EOC Director, Mike Watkins.
Thanks, Tim, and thanks, Carly, for your update. I just want to pick up on that and continue to remind all our evacuated residents and that it is a very dynamic situation. We have caught a break over the last day or so, and that's a positive for us. It's allowed crews to achieve some results that might not have been possible otherwise. Given the uncertainty and the weather upcoming, there's no time to relax at the moment. So along those lines, I want to remind everybody that yesterday we expanded based on the advice from BC Wildfire, our areas under order and alert. So we have quite a substantial expansion to the south that you can see all the details on the prd.bc.ca website. No new properties that we're aware of, residential properties, were impacted by those expansions. But if anybody was living in that area and has been impacted, they can visit the ESS Center tomorrow, Sunday, at City Hall in Dawson Creek. All currently evacuated residents will be receiving renewals for the next week at City Hall. So you're encouraged to attend there during hours of 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. To get those renewals. We will also have some handouts and additional information for those of you that don't have easy access to internet at this time. Just looking out to the future, in partnership with BC Wildfire, we'll continue to reassess the situation and the impacts to our order and alert areas every day as the situation unfolds. The last thing I would like to suggest to people in the area is that visit the prd.bc.ca website and look for the Northeast BC alert system. If you have a cell phone or an email address, you can subscribe to our opt-in system. Whenever an incident affects your region, we will target a broadcast alert that will go out to you and provide timely information, particularly valuable when we're setting a new order or evacuation alert. So if you could help us help you get that information more rapidly, please do take the time to visit our website today and sign up for the system. And that's all I have for you. Back to you, Tim.
Thanks, Mike. And thanks, Carly. So just to be clear with everyone, expecting relatively stable conditions through Saturday, increased smoke possibility through the day, especially if a controlled ignition is possible, and want to keep people out of that area as much as possible. So please, if you have received an evacuation order, we really strongly recommend you leave. The conditions will be very volatile tomorrow. And, you know, the best equipment is on working there and doing the best work possible with BC Wildfire, and we want to thank them for everything that they've done. So thank you everyone for being here today. We know this is a challenging time for many. We ask you to stick together, to support each other, and to support those responders that are there helping you as well, and continue to follow those evacuation alerts and orders. You can find updates on the Peace River Regional District website, prrd.bc.ca. And then the BC Wildfire has an app, and they have information on their site. We also share information on the PRRD Facebook page, and we share those updates, both video updates and the written updates from BC Wildfire, so that you can see what the most current information from them is on any of the fires that are going on in the region. So thank you very much. And everyone, stay safe out there. Please heed the warnings, and thank you for joining today.